Hey everybody, Dauntless here, and welcome back to another episode of Tales. Now, we are trying to get this donkey moving. And I have an idea that I need to use a carrot and a rope. But I can't get the wooden plank from the other world, so... And I can't get the skeletal arm either, so I've got to figure out what in the world I'm supposed to use. And I think I've gotten everything I can get from the other worlds. Right? Let's see, where am I at here? Let's go to Poporvu. Let's see. Yeah, I've emptied my inventory here, and I don't think the grater's gonna help me much. I don't think I'm gonna have to grate the carrot. I swear, if that happens to be the solution to the puzzle, you have to grate the carrot, put it in the bucket, then somehow hold it in front of him. No, because I need to be inside the carriage, right? I have to be inside the carriage. Walking in front of him, holding the bucket would not be effective. It would be counterproductive to what I'm actually trying to do. Alright, wait a minute, was that? I thought I closed the window. Alright, let's see. I can't bring any of this stuff with me, so I'm all out of ideas here. I doubt a stone is going to help, if I can even pick one up anymore. Which I probably should have tested while I was standing there, but, you know. This is me we're talking about, and I, you know. You know. I'm sure somebody will figure out how to complete that sentence. Don't you dare complete that sentence. I know exactly what you're thinking. Dagger is gonna do anything though. Maybe I need to cut the rope up or something. The cup sure as heck ain't doing anything. That's not gonna help me at all. And I can't go outside of this barn. Wait, can I? Let's see if I can. Sorry, bud, you're back inside Gilgamesh. I know. The main character at this point is just like, oh, dude. Nope. Yep, I am inside this room, which is actually a very nice thing because it helps condense things as you're traveling along. So whatever I need, it's inside these books. And I don't have the entirety of every book to worry about. Again, kudos to the design team for doing that, because sometimes they'll just keep adding stuff. And I get it that you want to, you know, have big, expansive, exploratory worlds, but sometimes it's nice when you condense it down a little bit in areas so that you don't have the poor players kind of just stumbling around all over the place. Alright, I was going to go try cutting up the rope. If you've ever played Space Quest, there is never a point in those games, well, I can't say never. I think there's some of the games where they remove areas you can go to. But there's a lot of open world sections where you could go all the way back to the start, especially in number 4. I love the game. Don't get me wrong. It's still one of my favorite adventure games of all time. Storyline is like one of the best. But its main problem is that you could get back and forth to any point inside the game at any time. You could get inside the time pod and go back to the very start of the game, except for the bar. You can't, well, you don't really play there. Any place in which you had gameplay, you could go back to it. So, at some point, you're just sitting there going, why am I going back here again? Well, the funny thing is, there's points in the game when you actually have to do that. Watch my playthrough of that and see if you can see where going back to, like, sections of the game might actually work. It's, might actually help out. It's nuts. The only reason I didn't have to is because, for one, I already knew how to beat the game, and two, I didn't want to waste my time with some of that stuff. Maybe I'll do a playthrough where I'm literally going through and going back to sections of the game where I could do stuff. Maybe I'll do that sometime, but not right now. Okay, nice. Darn it! No. Interesting. I wonder if those tomatoes are just backup in case I screw up on the... Darn it. Well, I can only do stuff here, so it's not in this world. It's somewhere else. It's in another world. So it's not going to be in Gilgamesh, because there's nothing else there I can do. So it's either in Popol Vuh or in Gargantua. Guess we'll start in Popol Vuh. There's something I am needing to get, and I get the feeling the world has changed a little bit in one of these. Ladies. People.
Hey, Papan, what are you doing here?
Hey, dude. What a pleasure to see you safe and sound. What am I doing here?
Dude.
After your escape, the High Priest fired me. I ended up unemployed, so I went to the Sport Association of the Sacred Palota game for a job. Luckily, they were looking for a custodian, and so
he's a janitor.
Here I am.
How's your new job?
The pay is not that great. The High Priest used to pay me more, but I'm so much happier now.
Good.
I hated my old job. I hated having to cut the throats of the Pelota champions. If it wasn't for you, I never would have found the guts to re-enter the job market.
I'm so happy for you, Papan.
Thanks, dude.
You know, I have to admit that's kind of how I feel about signing up for volunteer firefighting. You know, you get your life in kind of a rut. You're doing the same things over and over, and I like playing the games. I like playing on my computer. I'm never going to stop that, mind you. I will keep putting up videos. I'll keep playing World of Warcraft. I'll keep doing that. But I think at some point, if it feels like you're stuck in a rut, you got to do something. And I figured there was what better to do than to try and, be part of the rescue team, the fire and rescue team, right? I can't do police work because my wife would not handle having a firearm inside the house. She doesn't handle firearms very well at all. That's a little more of a personal thing. Just, she doesn't handle firearms well at all. Well, let's leave it at that. I can't have one in the house. I'm never going to own one, honestly. I'll never do it. But fire and rescue, that's something I can do. I can go out there and I can help people, and it seems like a much better use of my time than spending 12 hours a day in front of my computer. I still love doing the videos, and I just want to make sure to say that again. I love doing these videos, and I love playing my World of Warcraft. I'm thinking of doing streaming of that at some point. I'll have a YouTube thing where I'm doing my adventure games, and then I have streaming on Twitch where I'm doing a little more of, shall we say, I've noticed that I don't see too many World of Warcraft players that basically spend all their time going around prowling for the members of the other team and ganking them, so I might end up trying that out, but we'll see. But I'm never going to stop that, but I figure, if I'm on call, I can just be... It's just something I can do with my time that's better, and makes me feel a little more like I'm adding something to the people around me and stuff like that. Basically, I just want to try and be the best person I can, and that seemed like a really good way of doing it. So hence, it encouraged me to exercise more, it encouraged me to, just kind of do better. I kind of like that.
What exactly does your job as custodian of the playing field entail?
Basically, I'm in charge of maintenance, and if there's nothing to fix, I just stand here. I make sure that none enter the holy field without proper authorization.
Nice.
Luckily, I don't have to kill anyone. I'm done with all that. No more violence.
If you don't have to kill anyone, then what is that spear for?
Well, I don't really need it. They are given out to all as custodians. But to be honest, I never want to wield a weapon in combat ever again.
Give me the spear.
For as long as I may live.
Oh!
Do you want it?
Yes!
It might come in handy. Not for violent uses, though, obviously.
Take it as a token of gratitude.
Thank you, Papan.
You don't need to thank me, dude.
Alright! Yes! Alright. Oh, I got points! Well, not really points, but autosave. That's a good sign. I am on my way! Now, I can't use the rope on the carrot. Let's start by using the rope on the spear. If anybody's curious, because I keep talking about World of Warcraft, I have a 110 Alliance Monk, a 110 Orc Warrior, and I'm working right now primarily on a Feral Druid, a Tauren Feral Druid. I love that thing. I just wanted to point that out because I keep talking about how I play World of Warcraft, and I figured I'd just throw it out there. But, anyway. It's working!
It looks like a fishing rod. Maybe it could come in handy.
It looks like a fishing rod. Oh, you there trying to do a red herring on me. He's got to pull the thing out of his pants every time he does something with it.
That's it. It looks like a fishing rod, with a carrot as bait.
It's a carrot on a stick. Come on. My dog is saying hi. His head is literally resting on my arm.
That's not going... I have an idea to get that donkey moving.
Really? Explain away then, dude.
A fishing
I like
rod
how
with
everyone says dude.
Interesting.
Even like this elderly guy.
That could just work.
I could complain about it, but I'm actually kind of entertained, honestly.
It works.
Sheer brilliance, dude.
Dude. And it didn't have to do with the rocks. I was an idiot. Ah, boy, there's news to me. Uh-oh. I think Bellerophon is stuck. He's still standing there trying to figure out how to go up. Come on, you noodle arms. Start climbing.
That guy over there is Bellerophon.
Bellerophon? I love how many times in this game the pronunciation of names and stuff is different.
I don't know how to thank you.
Well, dude, give me this carrot fishing rod and we're even.
Yep.
With this, I can finally keep this
I
damn
love
donkey
clearing
plodding
inventory
along.
items.
Of course. It's all yours.
Thanks, dude. Good luck.
Alright! And I already got, like, everything I can bring over
Legendary
here.
Greek hero Bellerophon. If I had been asked to imagine a Greek hero, this is exactly what I would have come up with.
I don't know, his arms seem a little narrow. Have you seen the statues of those Greek heroes? Dude, they're like massive beefcakes, like great muscles and everything. He's a little bit emaciated, but you know, let's just see what the problem is.
Good day, stranger.
Oh, I love the voice already.
I know that you have a magical golden bridle.
How do you know that? Only the goddess Athena and I know that.
Well, I heard it from a wizard.
A wizard? Are you trying to make
Oh.
fun of me?
Crap.
Of course not. I know this all sounds crazy, but
Get straight to the point, stranger. What do you want?
I need your golden bridle. I'll return it post-haste.
No way! Absolutely not!
Please, it's a matter of life and death.
Stop asking! I need it myself. I promised the people of this land that I'd kill the Chimera. And to do that, I need the bridle. I have a plan, but it would take too long to explain. The answer is no.
Damn it.
I like to say for the record that this, he's used the explanation of it. It means life and death a lot, but nobody seems to care.
Give me the golden bridle. I'll return it post-haste. Please, it's a...
No! I already told you that I vowed to the people of this land that I'd kill the Chimera.
Damn it. Tell me about the Chimera.
The Chimera is a terrifying monster that spits fire from its mouth. It has the head of a lion, a goat's head arising from its back, and a tail tipped with a snake's head. No one has ever survived a close encounter with the monster. But I vowed to kill it. And I assure you that nothing ever stands in the way of Bellerophon.
Thank you
Judging
for pronouncing your own name
it
properly.
sounds like something from a science fiction movie.
Science what?
Never mind. It's a long story. You said you have a plan to kill the Chimera. Why do you need the golden bridle?
Well, seeing as you know of the golden bridle, I have no reason to keep my plan secret.
Thank you.
I thought it up together with the goddess Athena. This is the plan. I climb Mount Olympus. I get inside the stables of Zeus. And I steal the divine Pegasus, the winged steed.
Good idea.
And, riding Pegasus armed with a bronze spear, I kill the Chimera, diving down on it from the sky. Obviously, I need the golden bridle to tame Pegasus. Without it, this would all be impossible.
Ah, well, then when you're done, you can give me the bridle. So, how long do you think this might take?
Well, he's got to get to the top.
Unfortunately, I'm stuck in the very first stage of the plan, climbing Mount Olympus.
Why are you stuck?
It's completely impossible to climb this damn mountain. I've been trying for hours. I get up a ways, but then I get stuck. The mountain wall becomes practically vertical. There are no handholds.
The only way to get up there would be to fly up, but for that you'd need Pegasus.
Very funny. Okay, listen, stranger. You want my bridle, and I can't give it to you until after I steal Pegasus. Help me find a way to climb Olympus, and, once I have defeated the Chimera, I'll give you the bridle. Agreed?
Agreed. So, what can I come up with? Mount Olympus stands in all its grandeur. I can't see any trails, only seemingly unscalable cliffs. I'm not going to climb it. I don't want to risk my neck.
Well, darn.
That's not going... Mount Olympus...
Okay, I think for once...
A huge boulder. I don't see anything special about it. It's too heavy.
For once, I feel like this might be a good time to check with Merlin. He's got to get to the top, so he's got to go up somehow. Okay, I'm gonna check with Merlin, and for once I think his advice might actually help me. Because I'm drawing a blank. I'm thinking like something to fly up, but you need what? Like a hot air balloon? It would be something simple and rudimentary, right? But I don't think I can pick up anything so far.
Alfred. How can I help
Unless
you?
it's a book on... Oh wait, that's not a story exactly. I was going to say the Wright brothers!
I talked to Bellerophon, and I asked him for the golden bridle. He'll only give me the bridle if I help him climb Mount Olympus.
It's not easy to climb Mount Olympus, my
Oh,
dear Alfred.
thank you.
There's no way you can scale the mountain with your bare hands alone. You can but fly to its top.
Thank you.
Fly? Is that what you just said?
Exactly. Read the book Around the World in 80 Days. Look for Mr. Phileas Fogg and ask him to tell you how to build a hot air balloon.
Oh my god!
Take you to the top of Mount Olympus.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Did I or did I not say hot air balloon?
Go now. Bear my...
Did I not say hot air balloon just earlier?
Waste no.
Around the World in 80 Days, and I have heard of that book. Most of these I've heard of, but I never read, but I've read a lot about airplanes. You will notice I have videos from War Thunder up on my channel in places. I love that game. I've always loved airplanes and flight and stuff like that. And I read an entire book on... I read a book...
Oh no, the black powder has spread to the book. I'm afraid of what might happen if I touch it.
Oh, I'm so excited right now. But anyway, I read books on the history of flight, and one of the things they talked about was the hot air balloon and how, you know, they basically had to use them as one of their earlier forms of travel. Oh my.
Oh no, I'm afraid I'm too late. The wasteland all around me must be caused by oblivion.
Okay, this is cool. This is really cool. This is what I mean by there was a potential that could have been wasted, right? I could have been just going to stories that weren't affected, but this is really good use of the world itself, of all the aspects of the game. The question would have been in my head forever, what's it like going into a book that was affected by oblivion? Here it is, and...
The sign of what must have been a shop once. That shop looks like it's been abandoned. I doubt it might store anything interesting.
Man, this is so well designed! Like, I am legitimately impressed by how well this is done.
A strange black substance. It must have to do with oblivion. I'd rather not touch it. I don't know what that strange substance could be. The front door of what looks like an upper middle class house. Fogg's house. This must be where Mr. Phileas Fogg lives.
Oh, I'm glad he has
The inscription says it must be Mr. Phileas Fogg's house.
I'm glad he has a sign showing where he lives.
Hello, how can I help
hi.
you?
Hi, how you doing?
Are you Mr. Phileas Fogg?
I'm not. I'm Passepartout, Mr. Fogg's valet.
Can I speak to Mr. Fogg?
Mr. Fogg is not in the mood for talking.
But it's really important. It's a
Please
matter
make
of
it
life
work at
and
least
death.
once.
Mr. Fogg is
Damn!
not in the mood for talking.
It never works!
How
See what I
weird.
mean?
He looks like he's been hypnotized.
Hypnotized. Which makes me wonder,
Hello?
What happened to the city? How did it turn into a wasteland?
Wasteland?
uh-oh.
London's always been grey and gloomy. It's no surprise
That's
to
true.
me.
How weird. It's been great chatting with you.
Okay. God, like, if you listen, like, the chimes in the background, just little stuff like
The window
that.
of what looks like an abandoned shop. It gives me the creeps. I'd rather...
Like, this is awesome. You know
I'd
what?
better not stray too far.
The only thing I'm missing right now, honestly, is being able to look around more of the city. But I honestly have just gotten here, so if all I know, I could be running around here forever. I could go and run around a whole bunch of the city, so we'll see what happens. Oh, that's so cool! I've been thinking of playing a game called Tormentum, and it's basically a, shall we say, it's a horror adventure game. It has a very dark vibe to it, but I don't want to, I'm not sure if it's appropriate if I'm trying to do a family channel, so I'm gonna think about it. I might play through it at least once, and I know I don't normally do that, but I want to make sure there's nothing in there that's gonna like be really obscenely offensive. It is gonna be very dark, and it's gonna have some fairly intense imagery, but I don't want it there. We'll see what happens. It's using H.R. Geiger type artistic style, but I just thought of that because that right there, Oblivion, kind of gave me that vibe of the darker style to games that offsets kind of how cheerful and positive.
Alfred. How can I help you?
It offsets how cheerful and positive most adventure games are. Even Donald Dowell, with his darker humor, had a very positive vibe to it. But sometimes it's nice to have a break in between, just have like a little bit of a darker, more gritty game.
You told me to read Around the World in 80 days, but the book has been blackened by that strange powder. I entered it, and all around me there's nothing but wasteland. I'm afraid there's nothing left we can do.
Have you met Mr. Phileas Fogg?
Not yet.
Look for him and ask about the hot air balloon. Go now! Where am I?
I have.
Go now!
That actually was really unhelpful. Thank you, Merlin. I will make sure to note that down in my list of things that I don't think help me at all. Okay, I need to get him out of his trance, right? What of my items, because I know I moved everything here. A medallion of the sun. Oh. And I'm thinking on a mythological basis here. This is not practical at all. But I'm curious if it'll work. If I give him the medallion of the sun or use it, maybe that can help. Because everything's dark, right? Everything's dark and gritty. Maybe a medallion of the sun will help me a bit? Around the world in 80 days. It reminds me of, what was it, Rat Race? No, what was the movie? These Fantastic Men and Their Flying Machines. Wow! Really?
I'd a strange.
No way! So, I gotta figure out which item it'll allow me to take into this book. Right? Is that basically it? What am I missing from the other books? The cup, right? In Gargantua, which is right here. At some point I'm gonna need that medallion though, right? No, it's not in Gargantua. The cup is in, I'll leave the medallion here for now. I'll have to come back and get it later anyway, but we'll see what happens. The cup is in Gilgamesh. I don't know why I'd need it, but we'll see. Give him some wine. It seems to fix everybody else. Next thing you know, I've basically intoxicated the residents of about half the books in the library. At some point, the next guy's going to come along and be like, hey, let's go check out a book. Go in there, and he's going to find an entire drunken, Middle Eastern society. I can't do the skeleton forearm. It's down on the same floor, so let's try it out. No. Darn it! I'm doing that more and more, going into the wrong books. I know probably going a little over, but I'm really excited right now. Like, this is fantastic. Okay. Darn it. Is it something inside this area?
That shop looks like it's been abandoned. The door to what looks like...
Darn. I'm starting to wonder if it's something inside.
Touching that sign would be pointless.
Did you hear the scream? Wow. That is excellently designed. Because it does remind me of like a Victorian era, maybe early Victorian at the most, era, early Victorian era thing, you know, what do you call it? Style, with the music and stuff. Just everything about it is very well done. I think soundtrack, music, and stuff like that is just as important as anything else in a video game. If your soundtrack isn't good, it can drag the whole thing down. Actually, and if you have a really good soundtrack, it can actually make a fairly mediocre game really excellent. An example I will give of this, and people are going to hate me for saying this, Halo. I hate Halo. I can't stand it. I don't like first-person shooters for the most part. I can play Star Wars Battlefront 2, but that's mostly because I like the idea of Star Wars in general. The setting is basically, it kind of touches on, I guess, a nostalgic side for me. But even then, the music is using a lot of John Williams stuff, and John Williams is a fantastic music writer. Halo, I felt was, even the original one was generic, repetitious, and boring. But its soundtrack was great! It had a fantastic soundtrack. Tomatoes. It's biological, maybe that can come across, because I'm biological. But anyway, that's why I generally always try to mention the soundtrack in the games I play. In this one, it is very, very, very well done. It does feel like each song is written for the area you're in. It doesn't sound horribly generic. I guess the song in the library that you just heard kind of reminds me of some stuff you'd come across in like Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls, I guess. Damn it! Dragon glass. I'm gonna try the obsidian knife. I don't know why I'd try the obsidian knife. I don't know what I'd do with the knife. Wait.
That wouldn't... That's not going... I'd bet I have...
Crap. I'm basically at the point where I'm kind of curious what exactly I can do, because I can't... Here's the thing. I can only bring items between books. I can't take like a small key or my knife or whatever and bring it to another world. So, whatever it is, it's in a book. And I think, since I moved all my items from one book to the other, I've already moved most my items to here. Whatever it is inside. It's inside Bellerophon. Now let's see. Okay, I can't take anything out. I don't think I can bring anything in here. Let's bug this guy until he does something.
Hello, how can I...
Can I speak to...
Mr. Fogg is not in...
I insist. I can't go back home. Not before speaking with Mr. Fogg.
You are unbearably pushy.
Oh, wow.
Please, wait a second.
I just spent the whole episode trying to figure that out!
Hello, how can I help you?
My name is Alfred Walsh. I'm so honoured to meet you, Mr. Fogg. I'm standing before the man who circumnavigated the Earth in only 80 days.
I've never embarked on that trip, Mr. Walsh.
Oh!
Are you serious?
I've never circumnavigated the Earth. I wagered £20,000 I would, with my friends over at the Reform Club. But I've never even left London.
Why on earth not?
I don't know. Suddenly, I lost interest in money, traveling, and human progress.
Hey, this sounds like our modern
This
generation.
must be Oblivion's fault.
Well, except for the money part. They love money.
You might not have travelled around the whole world, but you're still an expert in means of transport.
I lost interest in those too.
I understand. Nevertheless, I need your help. Help me build a hot air balloon.
No, I'm not going to help you. I used to be selfless, but now I can't even remember what that means. Go away. I can't bear talking to you anymore.
Oh my.
How weird. He looks like he's been hypnotized. This must be Oblivion's fault. Once again, I think I need to ask Merlin for his wise insight.
Alright. Hold, please. I know I'm probably a little over time, but I don't really care. I'm gonna go check on Merlin and get this information really quick. I'll call it an episode once I do that. I really overthought that, didn't I? I'm sitting there trying to figure out what item to bring in and all that. Nope, just gotta talk to him again. Just gotta keep bugging him.
Welcome back, Alfred. How can I help you?
I talked to Mr. Phileas Fogg, but he's not willing to help. He's been acting weird.
What do you mean? Is he pale, like a corpse? Does he look hypnotized?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sadly, we are too late. The tale is damaged for good. Oblivion pushed the book to the point of no return.
Oh, great.
We must find another way to reach the top of Mount Olympus. Let me think this over.
Really?
Do you know the fairy tale of Jack?
Jack and the Beanstalk.
No.
Of course I do. When I was a child, it was my favourite one. Hey, wait a second. Are you trying to tell me to...
Grow the beanstalk
Exactly.
right next to
Read
Mount
the book,
Olympus.
Jack and the Beanstalk. Find Jack and ask him for some of his prodigious beans. You'll just have to plant them at the foot of Mount Olympus. A huge beanstalk will grow. It will be higher than the mountain itself. It should be easy for you to climb the beanstalk, just as Jack did to reach the house of the giant. Go now! Waste no, bear my words in mind.
I have...
Go now!
Okay. I'll have to call that an episode. But this is actually kind of hilarious. I am kind of miffed I didn't get to make a hot air balloon. But I am happy that there's a twist. I think that's kind of a cool little thing. Just, oh, you're gonna go and build a hot air balloon and do this, that, and the other thing. Nope, sorry, that story's dead. Now you have to go and figure out another way. And I am kind of happy with the decision they made to make it Jack and the Beanstalk. That's really interesting. And again, I will point back to my comment about missed potential. I think combining stories and stuff like that, like, I guess we haven't really done that yet. We haven't taken a mythical aspect of one story and brought it to another. We're going to by getting what is it? The Bridle of Bellerophon, the Golden Bridle, and bringing it to Gilgamesh. But, I mean, you could say maybe the recipe, but it's not really a mythical element. It's a recipe. So, I am really appreciating using Jack and the Beanstalk to get to the top of Mount Olympus. That's awesome. Hey, you know what? We might get Dionysus to go and favor us a little bit, in a massive beanstalk food sort of thing. You never know. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for dropping by. I really do appreciate it. I always say that, and I always want to make sure I say that, so I generally say it twice in each episode. But I appreciate everybody dropping by and checking out the video, especially if you stay all the way until the end. I really do like that. I will be putting up probably another video today because I really want to see how this plays out. I do have a Facebook. I have a Twitter. I don't use the Twitter as much. I generally put stuff up on Facebook more. I will... trying to think of anything I'm missing. Oh, subscribe. Hit the notification icon. I'll keep putting up videos. I really do enjoy doing these. So keep your eyes open. I'll be putting up videos as much as I can. I'll have obviously gaps here and there. I'm not exactly a professional. I'm just doing this for fun. So I do appreciate any audience I can get. Thanks again, and as always, I hope you have a great rest of your day.